My name is Sarah Carter-Walshaw. I am a lecturer at IDEA, which is the Ethics Centre here at the University of Leeds. I also run a couple of modules on our programme, Biomedical and Healthcare Ethics, as well as running the programme itself. The programme Biomedical and Healthcare Ethics is a programme we've offered for quite a long time. I'm actually an alumna of the programme, and as the name suggests, we look at ethical issues that come up across biomedicine and across healthcare. So that includes in terms of the profession itself, as well as broader questions, for example, relating to who has a right to life and how should we deal with who gets what money in terms of the NHS's coin purse. So this programme would be of interest to anyone who has an interest in the ethical questions related to healthcare. And healthcare is one of those things that it affects all of us in one way or another, be that directly or indirectly. So it could be of interest to pretty much anyone. It tends to be of particular interest, understandably, to people who either work in healthcare themselves as healthcare professionals, so doctors, nurses, physios, dentists, dental hygienists, but it's also something which is very much of interest to people outside of that. So we are very fortunate to attract people whose first degree was in philosophy or English or biomedical sciences. So it's very much a wide church. We cover quite a lot of topics because we essentially cover almost, much like the NHS, from cradle to grave. So we start off by giving an introduction to moral philosophy more broadly. So that allows people who don't have a background in philosophy to really get their head around the philosophical stuff that they'll be looking at over the period of time that they're on the course. So after that, we look at ethics at the beginning of life, and then ethics at the end of life. So everything from things like the ethics of surrogacy, IVF provision, abortion, through to the ethics around euthanasia, posthumous rights, what can we or can't we do with the dead. Then following that, we go on to look at things like the ethics of professional issues in healthcare and medicine. So should doctors be allowed to strike, for example? What do we mean when we talk about consent and confidentiality? Then we go on to look at psychiatric issues, so the ethics of psychiatric care, questions around psychopathy, rationality, etc. And then we go on to look at distributive justice, as well as current developments. So what's the new questions, what are the new issues? So things like bias, enhancement, artificial intelligence in healthcare. So the online course is predominantly assessed through essays, but you will also be participating in online discussion boards throughout the main 7 modules as well. So these will be facilitated by staff, but it's an opportunity for you to get that experience of being in a seminar room, albeit in a way that suits your timetable and allows you to communicate with people who might be on completely different time zones to you. If you are doing the master's version of the course as well, rather than the postgraduate diploma, you'll also do a dissertation. So the dissertation is 12,000 words, and you'll be guided through this with regular video supervisions with your supervisor, who will help you to find your voice, help you to construct your arguments. And the beauty of the dissertation is you can write it on any topic of interest that you have relating to healthcare ethics, bioethics, etc. So students will be offered formative support. So for example, they can send in essay plans to staff and we can give feedback on those. We can also offer more specific support. So for example, if a student is a bit unsure about the way that they're writing, maybe the way that they're constructing arguments, we can give more sort of specialised feedback and advice on this. Of course, there'll be feedback on the actual assignments, and staff will be more than happy to talk through any questions you might have about those. And generally, we have office hours, and students are very much encouraged to make use of those. Drop us a line if they've got any questions about the content or about the assignments. If you're interested and would like to apply, then you can go to our website on the University of Leeds website, look for IDEA, look for the course, and there'll be information beyond what I've sort of given you already, and information as well on how to apply.